Hey my loves, welcome back to Sensational Sense, where I help you glow up from the inside out. If you're new here, fix that now by hitting the bell and join the growing community of sensational ladies all over the world. So today I'm talking to some of my younger audience members and sharing the wisdom that I've gathered so far throughout my 20s. Now, quick disclaimer, a lot of the things I'm about to say can be applied beyond your 20s, but if I had just turned 20, these are the things I wish somebody had told me. The first thing I would say, my darlings, is to expect change. In your 20s, you go through a period of self-discovery. Essentially, you're entering your adult life and figuring out who you are. And you figure things out by trying new things. So don't be surprised if you no longer like the aesthetic that you used to adore. Don't be surprised if your interests gradually change. Don't be surprised if things you said you'd never do or never wanted or never seemed interesting to you are. Maybe you were a party girl, but you find yourself becoming more of a homebody. That's absolutely fine. Equally, friendships will definitely change in your 20s. And you'd be surprised that some of the people you thought would be by your side for the totality of your life's journey are going to drop off along the way. But try to embrace it and understand that you cannot lose anything that was meant to be for you. So as friends drop off, be accepting, mourn the friendship, but recognize that you're figuring out who your real friends are just as much as you're figuring out who the real you is. Now, the next one is something I'm so passionate about that I've actually made a separate video on how to level up financially, which I've linked in the description below. But essentially, it is really important that you set yourself up for your future financially in your 20s. Make sure you save that emergency fund, get into the habit of living slightly below your means and not over-consuming to keep up with the Joneses. Once you've built your emergency fund, start to invest in a stocks and shares ISA of your choosing. And if you can, and you're privileged enough to have access to parents who will let you live at home, leverage that opportunity and save your coins so that you can enter your 30s with some lump sums saved and invested. Another thing I feel really passionate about is being intentional with your time in your 20s, and specifically with your dating. Date intentionally. There's so much propaganda around why it's okay to waste your time in your 20s. It's okay to do these things just cause. Have that relationship with that guy who's a walking red flag just cause. But quite often, people who do these things just for the plot end up catching a bunch of trauma, and then that is the trauma they are having to work through and unpack later on in life. So remember, you never have time to waste. Make sure you date with intention. Okay, maybe you're not looking to get married in your early 20s, but that doesn't mean that you should entertain evidently unserious people. Now, if you want to hear more about this, I have a whole playlist on how you can glow up romantically, which has videos about how to spot red flags, how to use your single season, and how not to use your single season. So make sure you click the link in the description to get all of that tea as well. Next thing to definitely do in your 20s is to try new things. That means new hobbies, go to new places, and surprise yourself. Don't be a follower and stop worrying so much about what other people think, because the truth is nobody's thinking about you, honey. They're too busy thinking about themselves. See as much of the world as you can. Even if you're not able to do it in one big go, fine. Where you can, book a holiday. Take a long weekend to a new city. Have these experiences. See the world. Broaden your horizons. Not only does it enrich your perspective of life and help you become a more cultured person, but it's also a great way to meet new people and be inspired. So definitely go to that belly dancing class. Go to that ballet class, go to that photography class, and get your passport stamps up. But make sure you're doing it in a way that is financially clever. Again, that goes back to my point about not keeping up with the Joneses. Make sure that your traveling is about your desire to learn more about yourself and the world, and not about trying to appear like a travel bae to impress other people. super important, which is one of the reasons I've saved it till last, is taking care of your health. For some crazy reason, people seem to forget that they have one body that needs to last them their entire life. And remember, that is your temple. If you get into healthy habits of eating and taking care of your skin, your mental and physical health in your 20s, maintaining it will be a lot easier as you age, and you will be able to age peacefully and with grace. Find a workout routine at home that feels fun to you, even if it's literally just shaking around to your favorite music for 15 minutes once a week. If you get into good habits, putting the SPF on your skin, eating clean, 5 fruits and veggies a day, having your vitamins, your folic acid, working out, drinking your water, minding your business, you are going to age gracefully and embrace the journey of life. And boy, oh boy, will you have all the energy you need to do just that. And it's really important to remember that 30 is not the end of your life. If anything, it's a stage of your life you can enter with the confidence, the wisdom, the lessons, and the beauty of your 20s. So my final tip would be, do not think that 30 is the deadline for everything. Of course, live intentionally in your 20s, set your goals, but if you weren't, for whatever reason, able to tick off all the things you wanted in your 20s, you don't have to give up on them. You can just continue when the clock strikes 12 on your 29th birthday. Start these things now, but remember that in life, every day is a new opportunity to reinvent yourself. And you'll know all about that if you've watched my video on how to reinvent yourself, and also my video on how to shift your self-concept, which is something that you can do, ladies, at any time you choose. I hope you found this video helpful, my loves. Until the next one, mwah.